Untitled Chapter, and today we are going to do another look using the Soph palette. This one's probably just going to be a glam look that I did when I went to an event last year. I went to an event last year with my husband. He got wasted, I got wasted, but I wore this, I brought this palette and I wore this look because I thought it would be, such a nice look. So what I'm going to do is take a brush with no product on there, and I'm just going to take the shade Cookie Dough first of all, and pop that into my crease. I've already set my lids down with primer as well. So what I'm going to do is do one eye on camera and one eye off camera, so you can see everything. But yeah, I'm just putting this into the crease and a little bit in the outer corner as well. And with this look, you want to wing it out as well, because I feel like this one, when it's winged out, depends. If you want to do it rounded, if your eyes suit rounded or winged out shapes, do whatever suits your eye. So you can do a rounded if it suits your eye. We could do winged out if that suits your eye. I feel like winged out really suits my eye because my eyes are kind of small, but I'm just going to bring it closer. There you go. Hopefully you can see that a little bit better. But I'm just going to, I just got a Spectrum B07 brush, and I'm just going to wing this out. Make sure it's nice and winged out. And as you can see, it's just I love this shade Cookie Dough because it's a good transition shade to start off with, and you can transition to anything as well. Now if you don't want it all the way in, you can just, I put it, most of the product I've put on my eye is to the middle and the outer corner. I will put a little bit in here. As you can see, I've just dusted a little bit in there to make sure that this eye is a bit more deeper and darker. Then what I'm going to do is just get a brush, just a JH40, and just get that and get the shade Cereal. So I'm just going to get the shade Cereal, and this is the shade Cookie Dough. As you see, I've hit pan, but this shade Cereal is really good. If you don't use Cereal, you could use Brownies, but I believe I did use Cereal. And I'm just going to pop that onto the outer corner. I think I did use a little bit of Brownies when I did this look because it was just a glam look. I'm just going to get my bigger brush and do this because I feel like my bigger brush is going to be a little bit better. There we go. I'm just going to wing that out as well, but I'm just going to keep it into the outer corner and just wing it out. With these looks, I tend to, the more you wing it out, the more it just looks very nice. And you can put something, you can actually put concealer, or you just use a wipe and just thing it across, but I'm just going to use this. So I'm going to go back into Cookie Dough just to blend these two colours together as well, so it looks like they're blended, but then you get the gradient effect from light to dark, which is really nice. I'm just going to do this, as you can see, and just keep going. So I like to put the shadow on the bottom just about medium, just about halfway across my eye, so I know it looks alright. I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to basically make sure if you want to blend, I just do circular motions to blend, but it looks really nice once you do that. I'm going to take a bit of Cookie Dough, I'm just going to go over it just to make sure it gets really nice and blended and you still get that gradient effect. But yeah, as you can see, it's just a nice gradient effect. Now what I tend to do with all my looks, even if they got glitter or pressed glitter or anything like that, I always take a glitter glue and I'm going to pop that into the inner part of my eye, so it will make the next shade that we're going to use stick, and it's going to be even more nicer that way. I'm just going to use a pencil brush and just going to grab some of that onto the back of my hand. You can see, just got to grab that, pop that into there, and just pop that like that. I like to go above my crease as well, so because I've got a little bit of hood of eyes, I like to go above my crease because then you can see the colour as well. So I just go into the inner corner and above my crease, and when that's done, I just hit my finger and just make sure it goes tacky before I put anything onto it. And then I'm going to take the shade Mirrorball. The Mirrorball shade is really nice, it's really pretty, I do like that shade. I'm going to take a brush, I'm just going to pick up some Mirrorball, tap it out because this is really good, and pop that onto the eye. It is a shadow, but it just looks really nice once it's on them. And you see, it just opens up your inner corner so much more, but it's a very kind of like glam look. And you can see I've just put it onto the top as well, and it just makes it look very nice. So what I do like to do is just take it a little bit over. I take this brush again and just blend it. As you can see, I'm just going to blend that as well. Make sure the outer corner and the glitter is really blended. I take my brush, any shadow that's left on it, I'm just going to pop it into my hand and then slowly go over it. So it looks like it's grading it out. And that's basically the look complete. That is it. But if you want to do something, you can add a liner. And I'm going to take my brush. And now the brush, I'm going to take this brush. This brush is a Exo Beauty eyebrow groomer brush. It's dope for my eyebrows. But this is really nice and good. It's very fine. So I'm going to take away. So what I'm going to do is take the shade Brownies first of all. I'm going to wet my brush. I do have a eyeliner that is basically a liquid eyeliner, brown one. But I feel like this one, if you want to make it in text, you can use the brown. I tend to use, I think I used a black for this, but I'm just going to use Brownies. Using setting spray on it and just coat my brush in there so we get that much. So you can see my brush coated. And then I always tap it out just in case. And then I'm just going to do this with the liner brush. Wet it a little bit. You don't need this brush to be wetted that much. And then I'm just going to do a wing with it. There we've got a wing shaped. You can see it's a tiny wing. I do tiny wings with this because I feel like that's a little bit better. Do next, getting cotton bud if you want to clean up your line and put it into some micellar water, and I'm just going to take away everything that I've done down here. Cotton bud's so much easier to do this with because it's a little bit better. Sometimes I go with the white, but I find with this one it gets very precise. And there we go, we got a wing, plus we got the nice look that we get. And that is one eye complete. I'm going to go off camera and I'm going to do the other right now. So, I have done my eyes, zoom you a bit out, and it's now time for the face. I've already primed, but I'm going to use a foundation that I haven't used in ages. I'm going to use the brush, this is the Huda Beauty brush, and I'm going to use the foundation which is in Tres Leches. And it's this one. I think this is a correct shade for me now. My foundation, my tan is not that dark, but we shall see. But we're going to use this one. I'm going to put it onto a brush. Just going to pick it up like that and see what happens. Okay, it matches my arm, but it doesn't match my neck. My neck doesn't really tan that well. And I don't know if I want a light or medium coverage today. I have no idea because I don't know, but as you can see, I'm just buffing this on. Just buffing it on with a brush. You can go very, as you can see, you can go very light or full coverage with this. I like it because how light and full coverage you can actually go with this. Try not to go to my brows as much, but it is very light. It is a light to medium coverage. That's what I do like about this. So I'm just going to pop it on, and I'm just going to do that. If you want a very light coverage, just use it. Just apply it with a brush. Can you see the difference? It just gives me a. It's just giving me a natural, just very good one. I think I want to go light coverage though. Don't want to go too dark. I do want to cover some spots though, but I just want to cover this bit a bit more. I'm just going to tap it in and tap it in, and then you can blend as well. I'm not going to go too far under the eyes because I want to basically leave that. I don't want to put more product underneath the eye. If you put foundation, heavy foundation underneath your eyes, and then you put concealer, it's going to make it cakey and it's going to wrinkle, and that's what I don't want today. I don't want anything to be too wrinkly today. That's all I want at the minute, actually. I think that's all I want. Like, it's very nice, it's very light, I do like it. It's just, it has, oh, this shade does match my tan really well, actually. It's really nice. Can you see the coverage from this side to this side? This is a very light coverage, this is no coverage, but the reason it's light is because you can still see everything underneath and everything like that. But yeah, I like applying foundation this way when it's in a stick because I feel like it's a little bit better to apply. This is the Huda Beauty foundation stick. Some people don't get on with this because they say it's too dry and things like that, but if you apply it with a brush, it's going to look so much better. I don't know why people are having, some people still like that. There's some people like, oh, it's too dry. It's not too dry. It just gives you, you just have to work with it a bit more. That's why I don't think people like this sort of foundation, because you have to work with it a bit more. So that's all I'm going to put, because that's all I want to put. I don't want to put too much. There we go. We got a light coverage. I like this. We got light coverage. I like this coverage. It's nice and light. It's so good. I just actually love it because the way it just goes on it and blends. Like, if you don't like this around your nose and it doesn't thingy all your crevices, this side is just to basically point correct. So the concealer I'm going to use is my NARS concealer in the shade Ginger. I just want this just because it's just going to be very nice, and it shouldn't be a little bit lighter, but I don't care because then it'd be brighten up my nose as well. And with this, I don't like when you have to put a lot on. I'm just going to go down here and here as well. Just go up here as well. And then I'm just going to do some on my forehead, my nose, my lip and thingy. Right, I'm going to be back because I need to wet a sponge. I forget this part every time. Okay, so I've got my sponge, which is what I like to do. I like to wet my sponge and apply my foundation, my concealer with a sponge, because I feel like it's going to blend it out a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is leave my concealer underneath. I like to leave my concealer underneath just because it's going to give that a moment to dry a little bit, so it become more coverage. Yeah, I just want my beauty blend to be, I just won't do it, so wetted it, so I'm just going to do the corner. There we go, I'm just going to do the top bit as well. As I've let it to dry, it's just a little bit more coverage in them sorts of areas. And then down my nose as well. So you can see it's all blended out, all of that's blended out, and I like that. That's what I've got, so I'm just going to go into this bit. I'm going to do the inner corner first. I'm going to squeeze it to be like that, to be tight. And now that I've got that blended, I'm just going to do this bit. And then blend the outer corner as well, just putting it up. More put together. Can you see a difference? It's kind of opened my eye a bit. It's kind of angered it as well. Then I'm just going to do the same to this side, just squeeze it. I normally do my Cocoa Cosmetic sponge, but I think it's in my drawer and it hasn't been washed. There we go. I'm just going to do a little bit into this corner a bit more, just down here and down here as well, to get a little bit more coverage, just because I like to have a little bit more. Okay, now I'm not going to do any cream bronzer, but I'm going to do cream blush because I love these blushes. These are the e.l.f. Beauty blushes and they are incredible. They're really nice. I love them so much. These are it. And I'm going to take the shade, the Bahamas today, because I just want to go for both because I want a corally kind of looking blush today. I brush like this. I'm going to dip into the pink one first. And then I'm just going to apply this. I'm just going to apply it up top here. Oh, I like this. I love these blushes. These blushes are so nice. You can see a little bit goes a long way. It just makes you look a little bit more healthy and put together. I like it. It looks very pretty. And then I'm going to use this blush one as well. And just do the same thing. Just put it up here. Very, very nice and pigmented. So that is the pink one. And you can see it's just blended into my foundation so well. Then I'm going to take that one's called Bora Bora, this one's called Bahamas. They just make you look like just have a corally blush. You might be thinking, God, Charleane, you put a lot of blush, but I don't care because these blushes are good. So what I do take is my sponge and I take the flat side. I'm just going to go over it. That is a pigmented blush, it really is, but I don't care because it's so beautiful and it's so nice. And the texture of them is really, really nice. Like it, they're really good. I'm going to take the Huda Beauty powder and take it and bake underneath my eyes. Now, if you're thinking, God, you're baking and you got wrinkles, don't worry. Make sure the fingers are out. I'm just going to pop it on the hand. Press it in. Just going to press it in like that. And can you see the difference between this side to this side? This is just pressing in the powder. Do the same. I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to bake as well, but they're smart under eye. I like to bake my under eye just because they're just a little bit more, it's just a little bit more nicer. And then I'm just going to go underneath to get off any other baking I do have there. And then it's time for another powder. I'm just going to take the Fenty Beauty powder. So now I'm going to powder up my face. I'm going to take a brush just like this. And I'm going to do powder. I'm going to take some Fenty Beauty powder and then swirl it into the cap. Then what I'm going to do is just go onto my T-zone. Don't roll powder. You still have powder on there. It's just like, I'm just going to swirl it, tap off the excess. And do my T-zone up here. And as you can see, it does powder your face. But I don't want a lot of powder on today, just because I'm going for very light cover. I'm going to swirl it around to the cap, tap off the excess, and then go over. Oh god, that was not the excess. Take my powder and just pop it up my nose. My nose gets a bit hit and miss. And that is my powder done. Just a light wash of powder. I will still bake, but don't worry, we'll get to that part later. And then you take a bronzer that you like. I'm just going to take my B bronzer. Just going to do this, just a mix. And I'm just going to put it up here. What I'm going to do is now I'm going to bake my underneath my thing. Cool. So now that I've baked that, I'm just going to leave that for a second, and now I'm going to do some blush. I'm going to use a coral blush. This blush I haven't used for ages. It is the California blush. And you can see I have hit pan in that, but I'm just going to take it on my Smith 112 brush. This is a bronzer brush, but I feel like it's pretty for like thingy. I'm just going to pop that on. And I do like today's makeup because it's not full coverage. It's still light coverage, but it's still a lot of steps. But now I'm going to go with powder just to put on. I'm going to go with my blush brush, with my bronzer brush again, and just go like that, just to blend it. You can see it's got the very thingy. Then I'm just going to use this and just wipe off my bake. I don't bake very long, but as you can see, it's just, I just like the clean line. And then I'm going to use highlighter. The highlight I'm going to use a Viva lighter, and this is the one in Holy Chic, and these are incredible. Some people don't like them, but I absolutely love them because they're just really nice and pretty, and they're good. I'm just going to use this just to tap into it, and then pop it on my highlighted points. But I'm just going to swirl this in, and you'll see what I mean. It just gives you that wet look. Can you see what I mean? It's very pretty. Okay, I'm going to do my nose, and this time I'm going to bring you closer. The reason I bring you closer for my nose is because my nose is up to its game. I've got a new way to do my nose, and I love the way I do my nose. I do, because it makes it so like a nose contour, and it just makes it stand out a little bit more. And I do like it because I learnt this from Sienna Miller. Sienna Miller, I think that's her. Sienna Spalding, no, Sienna Spalding. That's from Sienna Spalding on her channel. And I'm going to take Benefit bronzer, and you're just going to see what I do. Okay, so that's what I've got so far. Underneath my nose to get it so it gets it that little bit like. And then with a big brush, with this big brush, just gonna blend it out lightly. And you see it's just lifted up my nose just a bit like that to give me that point. Now this bit, I'm gonna bring it down. So as you can see, I'm just gonna bring it. Let me just put my bit. There we go. Bring it down, and I'm just tapping and bringing it down. Bring it down. As you see, it's blending as well. Can you see that line to that line? This side is actually blending out nicely. I'm not blending it like that. I'm bringing it down. Can you see the difference between this side and this side? This one's very harsh, this one's not. And it's just giving me that like nice frame. And I'm just going to tap it out here. And it's just giving that blend. I'm just going to do the same on this side. And then I'm just going to go with my sponge. Just going to go with the thing. I'm just going to do this with my sponge. Just to get the white stuff on it. Just take a little bit of this stuff as well, put it down my nose. And then what you're going to do is just blend that out. And that is my nose contour done. And you see, it still looks a little bit harsh, but I like it that way. If you want, you can blend it out with your sponge a bit more. But I tend to know if I blend it out a bit with my sponge a little bit more, it tends to not thingy. And I like my nose contour. My nose contour, I like it. It just looks very nice and pretty. Just going to do that. Then with my highlighter, with the same highlighter, I'm just going to do my highlighter. So I'm going to do the tip of my nose, just the tip. I'm going to do a cupid's bow as well, because I like my cupid's bow doing me down. I'm going to go down here and a little bit in here. And there we go, we've got my nose contour. I just want to bring it up a little bit more. I love it doing it this way because it's so perfect and it's so beautiful. So now I'm going to do the underneath my eyes when I finish with them, because that is what we're here for. We're here for the eyes. I'm just going to get a brush like this. This is just a Get Shorty list. I'm just going to grab the cookie dough and put it underneath my eye. If you want it smoky, then you can smoke it out, but I would say, I don't think I smoked it out when I went there. I'm just going to use a little bit of cereal, just on the outer bit. And that is my under eye complete. That's what I will do. For the highlighter, you can either go with Mirror Ball, that's on top, but I do like to use the highlighter that I apply with my face to connect it all, because I feel like that's going to be a little bit better. Take that, just connect it there. And then, as you can see, it just connects it all. And underneath my brow bone, let's put this underneath my brow bone. And it just connects everything. And I'd like to bring it just a little bit in there as well. I tend to know if you put a highlighter just beneath your eyeshadow, it tends to blend it out on its own. Today's a good day, as I'm washing all my brushes today. Very good day. And then we're going to do my lips. So I like this look, it just looks very nice. I like doing my makeup like this on Glam nights because I like the glamness effect. And you see it's glam and everything. If you want it more glam, do black eyeliner or black eyeliner, which makes it really, really glam. So now I'm going to do a lip liner. I'm just going to use my Doll Beauty one that's in Bye Bye. And just focus that on the outer corners. And you can see that's just standing in the outer corners, so I've just put let the middle be 3, because I want to use a Doll Beauty that's in FOMO. This is a very light shade, but it does pair with this very well. I like it. I just think it looks very nice. It just looks very good. And then if you want, you can put a lip gloss on top. I'm not going to. I'm just going to leave it like this because I like the way it looks, and I feel like it pairs off the look so well. And you see it's just glam, it's just nude. And then you need setting spray. So setting spray I would recommend if you're going on to a big night out, like you're going out onto the 9s, you know, you're going all dressed up, all glammed up. It's the Charlotte Tilbury brush setting spray that will do. If you want one that's drugstore, these 2 products are the win. So you got the Super Fix Hold, Revolution Super, they're both by Revolution. One's to Conceal Defined Infinity, and one's the Super Fix Super Hold Missing Spray. So I use this one first and I use this one. The reason I use two of these and they're matte, yes they are matte, is because I want my makeup to last. The Conceal and Define Infinity has got a scent to it. Just to let you know, it does have a scent, and I don't spray that much on there. See, I just did a couple sprays. This one, I think has a scent as well, but this is mixed with, it's very perfumey. If you like it very perfumey, you'll like it, but if you don't, stay away from this one if you don't like scents. This one is Ultra Matte Finish with aloe vera and vitamin E, and these will last. I put these together because I found out that these last throughout the day, and I have tested it thoroughly, especially when I've gone out all day and I want to do like anything like that and I'm sweating, they do last. I'm just going to shake them. I always shake my setting sprays for some reason. And just go around. I put more on this, so I put more of this on because I know this is going to go very well. But my setting sprays are on. They're on. My highlight is on. But everything's on, and I love this look, especially when I pair it with this side eye look. As you can see, the only thing I don't have on is bottom lashes. I think I need to put some bottom lashes on. Me, I need bottom lashes. There we go, we've got my bottom lashes on as well, because I feel like that just pairs out the look. They're only light, so they're not too harsh. This is the complete look. I freaking love it. I love the way that this makeup looks. Makes me feel really nice. It just looks very put together. It is not heavy. If you're thinking, that's heavy. The amount of foundation on, it's not heavy that I put on. It was very light coverage foundation. It does go up to medium coverage if you want it, but I just did a very light coverage because I can still see my blemishes. You can see I see a blemish right there. I still see everything that I do have on my skin, but yeah, this is the complete look, and I hope you do like me doing the, please let me know if you like the series of me doing different looks with the Soph palette. Please let me know and I'll keep doing them for you, but I'm actually liking this series, doing as many eye looks as I can. This is very nice, very pretty, it's very glam, and you can wear this to an event like I did, but I just love it, it just looks so good. Please give the video a big thumbs up, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.